The calm, flat surface of the water is suddenly broken as a beautiful, long carp leaps up and catches a dragonfly before splashing back down. Beneath the surface, the lucky predator munches on her snack. She's surrounded by a school of fingerlings of all shapes and sizes, and they stare at her in awe. They've heard so much about this adventurous girl and can't believe they are lucky enough to be schooled by her. With her mouth full of food, she speaks.
Hi, my name is Shimano, and I've been asked to give you the rundown on Big Ridge Dam. Sorry about the little snack break. I'm not usually so vulgar. But who could resist that beauty? Now, before we get to the boring stuff, like where everything is and who is who in the dam, let me show you why I'm so famous.
She grins at her onlookers and can feel their excitement mounting. She loves to show off to an appreciative audience. She leads them through the water towards a small boat near the shoreline. There are two thin, shiny lines dangling over either side of the boat, and she directs their gaze to the closest one. At the bottom of the line is a tiny hook, the pointy end almost hidden by a very small and unappetizing lump of bread.
This is a good example of a bad example,
she explains quietly.
It's probably the work of an amateur two-legged animal, a land walker. They're also called humans. Like you guys, he's still learning. See how the hook is tied onto the line? Very badly done. Unattractive, not finished off neatly at all. And look at that offering. Nothing more than a dull and boring piece of bread. Pathetic. There's no float, no sinkers. It's very sad. Now come and have a look over here.
Shimano swims under the boat towards the second line. They can see that this line is professionally tied. The double hooks are enticing. Yellow and red corn kernels placed attractively over the barb and along the shank. The weight is evenly distributed between the sinker and the float.
This is an excellent example. Note the multiple hooks and the careful selection of colored corn. Wow, I like this one. He sure knows what he's doing. And I do love me some corn in the summer. Now watch carefully. This next bit happens very quickly, and it has taken me many years to perfect the exceptional skills that you're about to witness. And please, don't try this at all. It's only for professionals like me.
Shimano carefully approaches the bait as if she's stalking her prey. She squints in concentration and stretches towards the hook and gently grabs onto it, careful to place it in the corner of her mouth into a perfect groove that has been created there over the years. Then, using her incredibly strong tail, she dashes forward, pulling the hook with all her weight, moving speedily away from the boat towards the deeper waters of the dam. Almost immediately, she's yanked out of the water into the air. She stands upright, using her tail fins as skis on top of the water, moving speedily towards the boat.
Yee-haw!
She screams with joy as she's launched upwards and into the safe hands of a fisherman wearing bright orange waders. He gently removes the hook from her mouth and holds her up to show his son, who's sitting at the front of the boat. Shimano looks at the angler with admiration.
Wow, you're a beauty. Look at those muscular arms. I caught myself a good one this time.
Shimano poses in the fisherman's hands and smiles for the camera as a few photographs are taken of her.
Okay, enough pics. I know it's sad, but it's time for me to let you go. I have to get back to my school.
She wriggles a bit to let the fisherman know his time with her is up. He moves to the side of the boat and gently puts Shimano back into the water. Shimano swims over to the school of baby fish. They are out of breath, trying to keep up with her.
Well, kids, that's how it's done. He was a beautiful catch, very colorful. Did you see the bright orange scales? Absolutely gorgeous. I've had some good catches in my day.
Shimano reminisces for a moment, recalling some of her catches. She remembers the girl she caught when she was still very young, one of her first. Then there was the famous singer. She was very proud of that catch. And she is featured in so many online posts and fishing magazines. Yes, she has had a very successful career in catching those two-legged animals. She looks down at her school, and they are all starstruck, their eyes full of admiration. The story of her latest adventure will soon be spread far and wide throughout the dam. Suddenly, they all gather close to each other in fear.